Joining me live on the program is a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Femi.
Yes.
And I hope everything is okay.
Yeah, it's okay, and I hope it gets better in your party. Well, there's this tweet by Senator Shehu Sani where he listed the top 6 unresolved issues in Nigeria that may need God's personal intervention, and he mentioned the Wike Fubara, crisis, and also the PDP crisis, among other things, including the issue between Matawale, the Zamfara governor, NNPC Dangote. But of particular note is the Wike Fubara and the PDP crisis. Now my question is, the Wike Fubara quarrel, is it a major source of the conflict within the PDP, or is it especially leading into where it is today?
It's a huge contributor to the challenges which the PDP face today. And it is so because the leadership of the party, as at then, before the emergence of Yahya Ahmed Mohammed, under Ambassador Elias Damagum, did not act in support of the governor of Rivers State, Governor Similaye Fubara. And I say so because by convention in the People's Democratic Party, a sitting governor is the leader of the party. And decisions in respect of the party in that party, in any state, are decided or majorly decided by the party in favor of the sitting governor. But you didn't have that in the case of Elias Damagum's leadership. And we also had a situation in which the party was going to conduct a congress. And in the congress, the leadership of the Governors Forum advised Elias Damagum's leadership of the party and say, look for a way to harmonize the situation. But it did not. The leadership did not. The leadership favored the minister of the FCT and former governor of Rivers State.
Some people say that is debatable because Damagum himself will not agree with that. He said he has tried to be fair in the whole of this matter, to not take sides. I am
a stakeholder in the People's Democratic Party, and I love to speak the truth. And I will say what the truth is. The Elias Damagum leadership did not act right. But even let's leave that aside. There has been this agitation in the party that Damagum became acting chairman by virtue of the fact that Senator Yocha Ayu, who is from the North Central, was suspended. Damagum was elected as a deputy national chairman. But in the time-tested rule of the PDP, where a national chairman comes from, or where any officer of the party comes from, if there is a vacancy, Section 47(6) of the PDP Constitution 2017 states that the replacement shall come from where the person who has left the office comes from. So we say, okay, Damagum, revert to your position and allow the North Central to assume its rightful place. The man started carrying party to court too. The National Working Committee, where he presides, he took it to court. The Board of Trustees, he took it to court. The National Executive Committee of the party, he took it to court. So it is difficult from all this, from all the account I have given you, to separate the situation in Rivers from the challenges in the party. As
it stands today, who is the acting national chairman of the party? You know that there is a judgment from a federal high court restraining the National Executive Committee of the party from removing Damagum as chairman. And we have also seen a statement from Yahya Ahmed assuming the position of acting national chairman. So it looks like the PDP is just like the Kano situation where we have 2 emirs.
No, it's not like the Kano situation where we have 2 emirs. Ambassador Elias,
without prejudice to the Kano people.
Ambassador Elias Damagum was removed from office by his own colleagues. He was suspended.
A faction.
He was suspended by his own colleagues. He says it's a faction. Let him prove it to Nigerians now. He was suspended by his own colleagues in the National Working Committee. I have been in the Working Committee before. So when he was suspended, the same members now declare that, look, we are bringing a successor in acting capacity from the same geopolitical zone where Ambassador Elias Udamagun comes from, which is the northeast, and they have brought forward Yayari Ahmed Mohammed as the acting chairman. But so when we talk about judgments, there are plethora of rulings and judgments in our judiciary environment that says clearly that courts are not managers of parties. So a court will not come and tell a party that you hold your meeting today. If you give that kind of judgment, whatever level of that court, if it's a trial court, the party or interested members of the party have the right to test that judgment at another level of court.
Yeah, I also saw a tweet from Senator Dino Melaye saying that the party has obeyed the court judgment, that they did not remove Damagum as chairman. He was only suspended. What the court is stopping them from doing is removing him as chairman.
I will add to what Senator Dino Melaye has said.
Yeah.
Elias Damagum, ambassador, was not elected as national chairman of PDP at any convention. He wasn't. He was elected as the deputy national chairman of the party. So how can he now stand to flout the same constitution, the same rule that enabled him to become acting national chairman? It doesn't make sense. And as a matter of fact, it just demonstrates that perhaps Damagum does not have an understanding of what the constitution says. So who is that? Anybody who is supporting him also is either the person doesn't have the understanding of what the constitution says, or the person is deliberately flouting our constitution, the grand norm of our party.
Who is afraid of Damagum? The neck is just about 2 weeks away, where probably a new national chairman will be elected.
The longer Damagum stays in office, the more depleted PDP becomes.
But you've waited that long, just about 2 weeks left, and the party can't wait anymore.
No, how do you mean we voted along that line? I say the longer the Damagum stays in office, the more depleted the PDP becomes, the more crisis the PDP engages in. Yeah. So it is better, and that's why I give it to the governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Mohammed, who has consistently worked for a situation in which we will have harmony and even discipline in the party. So I think I commend him. I know that many party members are commending him for all that he's doing.
Who are those, what are the political interests behind Damagum influencing or strengthening his grip to the seats of national chairman?
I don't know those who are influencing him to ask him to stay on illegally, irrespective of the court judgment that he said he has gotten, because it is even an abuse of process, and there are a lot of abuses. For instance, I saw a report saying that a clerk or a staff of the party should go and suspend an elected officer. I saw another report that the deputy national police secretary, the deputy national legal advisor have become acting national police secretary, have become acting national legal advisor.
As instructed by Damagum.
Which constitution are they using? Where are they getting these powers from? There are two offices that can have acting. The office of the national chairman, where Damagum is acting, and the office of the national secretary. Any other deputy functions as a deputy. Because 47 seats is very clear and is unambiguous. Femi, he says that where vacancy occurs, go to that zone and go to that area and go and bring a replacement for that office. So let's even assume, without considering that, those people were suspended, because they were not suspended. It's just a staff that wrote a letter. You understand?
Well, I was at the press conference. I was at the press conference where the acting national chairman, assumed office, and that director of media and publicity in the PDP said she was instructed by the national chairman to put out that statement suspending Debo.
Did she attend? The question you should have asked him: did she attend that NWC meeting where the decision was taken? Does he have the capacity? Does he have the rights, in line with the constitution of the party, in line with the manual of the party, to go and issue that statement? I can't
just follow orders. Order is order.
Which order? In the normal circumstance, where that happened, it's the National Public Secretary that should have done the statement. But in this circumstance, maybe you could have, the chairman should have directed the National Secretary. But you know, they don't understand the rule. They have no institutional memory. They don't even know what they are doing. That's the honest truth.
But you know, a prominent member of your party, who is now the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, has also said that, you know, only a convention will remove Damagum as chairman. Could he also be one of those powerful political forces behind Damagu's
when the minister of FCT made that declaration, I quickly, on Channels Television, I quickly pointed out that 47(6) of the constitution of the PDP, 2017 as amended, is unambiguous. Because it even states that without precedent to whatever rule. And it is a time-tested provision of the constitution of the PDP. When SARS, Sheriff, former governor of Borno State, was elected as national chairman, it was done in NEC. His replacements, succession, Bamanga Tuko, Muazu, all of them, they follow that same rule. So, and it is very clear, very, very clear, section 47(6) did not need any, it didn't require any convention. There is no room for convention in replacement of offices. None.
Well, as part of desperate moves now by Damagum to keep his seat, we have seen him visit Bauchi State. He went alongside party chairman in the Northeast to meet with the Bauchi State governor, who is the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. But here, the governor at that meeting said the party would emerge stronger out of these crises and has a way of an internal mechanism that helps to resolve these kind of conflicts. But, you know, getting the support from the Northeast chairman, some people say it's also quite significant that would help put up a resistance against other moves by other groups to remove Damagum.
No, there's no, I don't believe that any party member who is worth his membership card will support the violation of the constitution, the grand norm on which the party rests. You are only encouraging, you are generating crisis by so doing. So I know from the remark made by Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State after the same meeting that we were talking about, he said issues between him and Ilyasu Damagum had been discussed. I hope you are aware that it was Governor Bala Mohammed that brought Damagum into office, that canvassed for him to become deputy national chairman.
Yeah, sure.
You understand? So maybe they had their own personal conflict, and I think Governor Bala Mohammed also spoke to that. They had a personal conflict, which Governor Bala Mohammed said that one has been talked about. They have discussed that one in that meeting. He, however, added a caveat that the aspect that has to do with the party cannot be decided, cannot be determined by either of them. It will be determined by stakeholders. So I leave it at that. I see through that, I see the genuineness of Governor Bala Mohammed.
Well, another thing is, you know, we're also hearing that the governors might convene an emergency meeting. That's the PDP governors might convene an emergency meeting to see how they can resolve this crisis. But did they do enough to even prevent this crisis from happening?
Well, I believe they must have done enough to prevent the crisis from happening.
Some people say they are not. They are divided. And they don't speak. They are not on the same page.
Well, it's a democracy now, and it's a democratic process. Everybody don't have to be on the same page.
But that has slowed down the progress of the
where the majority stands is what will be important at the end of the day. But I don't dabble into the politics of the Governors Forum. I'm not a governor. You understand? But I know it as a fact that anybody who supports what Damagum is doing has an agenda to bring down the party and to make sure that it does not stand in a position to be able to effectively contest election in 2027. And I also know that whoever is doing that is also prosecuting an agenda to turn our nation to a one-party state. But I know that Nigerians are not going to accept that.
So you think this is some kind of distraction to maybe keep the opposition party busy and not hold the real APC accountable and keep and put it.
It's an agenda to weaken every opposition party
from inside the party or from outside.
From wherever it comes from, Because if you want to weaken a party, you can do it from the outside or you do it from the inside.
But in this situation, where is it happening?
It's from the inside. It's from the inside. And it is painful. It is painful that it is those who have benefited immensely from our party, the People's Democratic Party, that are now allowing themselves to formulate ideas that will bring down the party.
But what do they stand to gain?
Femi, sorry, let me round up this one. Let me round up this one. But I know for sure that if our governors were not assertive before, the time has come for them to be assertive. If our members in the parliament, be it at the national or at the state, were not assertive before, the time has come for them to be assertive. Because they need the party more than any other person to run elections in subsequent national and state elections.
But some people are saying, the people you said are opposed to the growth and progress of the party from inside the party. What do they stand to gain? Considering that, it might be more beneficial if they stay together as a party and maybe the party win elections and probably win at the center.
I don't know what they stand to gain. But in clear conscience, as a watcher of politics, do you see the People's Democratic Party under the leadership of Ambassador Ilyasu Damagum going into a national election? Since he assumed that office, we have lost more members than we have gained. We are losing our states. People on daily basis, people are leaving the party for them. And you see that as an attempt to forge a strong opposition. Look at what is happening in the Labour Party. Look at what's happening in the NNPP. So where is the party that will do the opposition? And look at what Nigerians are suffering as we speak. Look at the pains out there. So it's important that the People's Democratic Party stands as a viable opposition, so that people will have a space to give themselves expression. And it is not only in the PDP that these things are needed. There are people in other parties who will also feel obliged to say that, what's happening in our party, I don't want it, I'm not in support of it, I don't like it, let me see what's happening in so and so party. But the way things are going in the country presently, the direction in which things are trending in the polity as we speak, shows a clear attempt to desecrate other opposition parties to the advantage of one party. And if that is allowed, we will end up in a one-party state.
Well, the situation in Rivers State, escalated very quickly when the party was not decisive and along the line even made statements that we were going to pull out from that local government election. But we then saw a statement from Mr. Debo Ologunagba, who's the National Publicity Secretary of the party, urging people to go to the polls and vote, and that was contrary to the position taken by the leadership of the party. We also understand that that's one of the sins of Debo Ologunagba, and that's why he's been accused of disloyalty, and probably one of the reasons why he was suspended. But in all of this, what I'm trying to bring out,
let me quickly correct something. I want an extract of the minute of the National Working Committee, where the National Working Committee said that Rivers PDP will not participate in the election.
So how does this information get out there?
No. If they can bring up a minute, the extract of the minute where they took that decision. Please, it's only the Damagum leadership that will say party should not run election. No? Because what is the essence of a political party? Is it not designed to contest election? So why would you run away from elections? And I know it as a fact, based on my own verification, that at no point did the party leadership at the national level sat down to say that don't participate in election. Look, Femi, do you understand what they are talking about? They are talking about a situation in which the party produced the governor of the state, and there's a local government election in his own state, and he now has to go and hire another political party.
Did he hire another political party?
Well, I don't know if you have facts that he joined.
No, he just said he went to hire another political party.
I don't know whether we have facts to the extent that he joined another party. I don't have the fact that he joined another party, but I am aware that members of another party,
PDP, most of the people that won the election on the platform of the APP that were formerly members of the PDP.
So they have to go and look for another party to contest in a state where they control the levers of governance.
Another quite interesting thing in that situation is, or was seeing the Bauchi State Governor, who is the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, sitting as special guest at that ceremony. We've had the Minister of FCT say he is being accused of carrying out anti-party activities, but what could be more anti-party than the action of the Bauchi State Governor?
The governor of Bauchi State is the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. The governor of Rivers State, similarly Fubara, is the deputy chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. So what is wrong if the deputy chairman has a function and the chairman went to support him? What is wrong in that? How does it constitute anti-party?
Well, maybe because the people being sworn in are members of the APP, not the PDP, and everyone felt that it should be a big slight on the PDP.
And his group and his cohorts have no business staying in that Wadata Plaza for 1 day extra. Even if we leverage on what they did in Rivers State alone, in respect of the local government election, in respect of the Congress that held in the state, they have no basis. There's no reason to keep them for even another 1 hour in that office, because it's a strengthened determination to kill the party altogether.
We have also seen this committee, the disciplinary committee and the reconciliation committee, National Reconciliation Committee. How far with these committees have they not been able to help the party paper over these cracks, at least bring some kind of harmony?
No, they have called for memoranda now. Didn't you see? It's in public space. You see, I always say something. The way PDP is not like any other party. It has gone through a time-tested process. It has its ways outlined in its constitution. You don't wake up, no matter how strong a man has offended the party, you must follow the procedure in whatever decision you are going to take against the person or against that member. So when you look at that, they have called for memoranda. Memoranda will be submitted, and they will state whether you submit through NWC or you submit it directly to the members of the disciplinary committee. So I believe that work is now going on in respect of the disciplinary committee, and I'm aware that the Olagunsoye Oyinlola's committee on reconciliation is also working. You understand? These committees are functions of the constitution, recognized by the constitution. So we await the outcome of that. But what's important is that for now, because it appears that Ambassador Elias Damagun has a determination to kill the PDP, and his own colleagues who are fair-minded, and I talk about people like Debo Ologunagba, people like the acting chairman, the Yayari Ahmed Mohammed, people like Kamaldeen Ajibade, the National Legal Advisor, people like Dr. Daniel, the National Financial Secretary, and a number of them like that. They have a determination to say that, look, just like we did in our own time, that we don't need to kill the party. If the founders and the stakeholders and the generality of members of the party find us wanting, what we are supposed to do is to give back the party in peace and allow them to channel the process.
Well, that said, some people are still predicting more troubles for the PDP because Elias Damagun will still continue to hold on to that seat. He has a court judgment to justify his grief to that seat. And now there's a Yayari Ahmed who has also come out with a statement accepting the appointment, laying claim to that seat. The coming days will be very interesting for the PDP.
The fact that Ambassador Elias Damagun, the ousted national chairman, the ousted acting chairman of the party, is even talking about a court order. It shows clearly that the position, the report in public space that he went to London to meet President Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu might be factual, because even as we speak, he has not denied it.
But it still can't be verified.
He has not, as we speak, Damagun has not denied it, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all if an acting chairman who came out and said that there are claims that he has been purchased. So those who feel that way that he has been purchased should come out and repurchase him. Then you can't take anything beyond him.
All right, then, a good place to leave it. Former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan. Thank you so much for your time on the program.
Thank you very much.
Well, still with the breaking news, the acceptance of appointment as acting National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Yayari Ahmed Yahya Mohammed has said that, he is humbled with the decision of a section of the National the National Executive Council of the PDP appointing him as acting national chairman. In a statement he personally signed and obtained by TVC News, it says it is with the deepest sense of duty that he addresses the press at this time and the public. He says the domestic events within the party in the last few days calls for deep reflection about the management of the PDP, especially at this crucial time in the country, particularly as it relates to the party's role as an opposition party and general management as a constitution-compliant party in the true spirit of the mission and vision of the founding fathers, which are equity, fairness, and justice. All of that continues to unfold within the People's Democratic Party. Well, interesting days lie ahead. I will give you updates here on TVC News. Well, that's all on the program today. Do remember that you can watch this episode again on TVC News YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.